Hello everybody, the day is March 15th, 2025, and I am on a train in Denver Union Station. What is this train? Well, it is the Winter Park Express. It heads to Winter Park in Fraser and back. Currently though, it is a little bit before 7 a.m., the time when the WPE would depart for Winter Park in Fraser. And so, we were just sitting there at that time. Hey, say hi to the camera. Also, you two, say hello. In the meantime, though, I will be traveling with both my brother and my parents. Soon enough, though, it became 7 a.m. and we would depart for Winter Park. We're moving, guys.
Okay, here we go, folks. On the move, 7 o'clock. Our next stop is the Winter Park Ski Resort. Second stop is the town of Fraser. Go ahead and get your tickets out. We're going to walk through, scan your tickets, rather your cell phone or piece of paper. Remember, bathrooms are downstairs. Center of the train upstairs is the viewing car, open seating downstairs, cafe lounge.
That over there is the temporary Amtrak station for Denver that was used between 2010 and 2014. During that time, Denver Union Station was being rebuilt, so a temporary station was set up here by Amtrak. In 2014, when Denver Union Station reopened, though, it was closed since. And as of now, I am not aware of what status it currently has.
We've went there before.
Who did we cheer for when we went?
We went
The Braves. Not the Rockies. The Braves. We all wore our matching World Series champ shirts.
Thanks, Colby.
He's right.
Oh, that's so funny.
And you can cheer for the Braves. That's right.
We're still finding out. First train
That is a train on RTD's G line. The G line opened in 2019. It was going to open in 2016, but issues with the crossings on the RTD A line delayed the G line opening by 3 years. So yeah, that was annoying. But at least that's not the worst delay for a line opening. That Dash 9 looks a bit toasty. Oh, sorry, AC44C4M 961 4462 4195. Those are the BNSF shops for trains of the BNSF heading in and out of Denver. It's not a major shop complex, but it is useful for the BNSF. Also on the left side of the train was the old stations for the original 14th and Stout Street stations. They were the original stations that opened in 1994, but when the Colorado Convention Center opened, the Convention Center station replaced both the 14th and California and the 14th and Stout stations.
everybody from the middle class has to go to the observation
Freight traffic has been like the priority on the train for a long time, so we'd have to wait on that.
Yeah.
He trained back there.
Don't worry, there are hardly any trains on the line these days. As mentioned, there isn't much traffic on the Moffat route nowadays. It used to be a lot higher when the Rio Grande ran on these tracks, but ever since the Southern Pacific and later the Union Pacific started operating this line, a lot of that traffic had since diminished, especially Geneva Steel traffic from the Geneva Steel plant in Utah, which was around Provo and Orem. The Geneva Steel plant provided a lot of the Rio Grande's tonnage, but ever since its closure in 2001, suddenly a lot of the tonnage on the Moffat line disappeared. There are still a handful of trains, sure, like oil trains and coal trains that the Union Pacific operates, as well as a daily BNSF train from Salt Lake City to Denver. But as for the oil and coal trains, there's only so much oil and coal that you can extract.
And do you know what express means? It usually means very fast. So it means you don't take it as stops. So if it was just a
They'll see a little bit of this, but I joke that Colby still wants to reattach her, but you've seen a little bit, but just wait.
Our next stop is somewhere else.
She literally tries to 24/7. Oh, what is that? Backpack? What backpack is? What, Georgia?
Really, can you do this? No! I really got to say, you have to do this. So you have to slap like this and then turn that hand really fast. And then get that hand back up to do it live. Plus 222 is 1,000. Yeah, it was like that.
Georgia. Thank you for letting us stay in your room last night.
These searchlight signals on the Union Pacific line around the 38th and Fox station miraculously survive. Searchlight signals are a dying breed of signal across America, as newer LED signals and triple indication lights give less maintenance needs and therefore fewer costs for many railroads. God knows how long the searchlights on mainline railroads will last. So, get any searchlights while you can.
Really close if you're gonna paint your nails.
Behind that freight train is the Denver North Yard. It was originally built by the Denver, Northwestern, and Pacific Railroad. Then it came under ownership of the Denver and Salt Lake Railroad. Then the Denver and Rio Grande Western, then the Southern Pacific, and now the Union Pacific. Operations of trains in and out of Denver are for the most part through this yard. There's also a yard on the northeastern side of Denver that the Union Pacific also uses, which was also their original yard, but it isn't used that much these days from what I can tell.
And then when you pay, you just take another one and then put them all together.
She
Then
doesn't
do this, William. Really, then do this. Drop.
Yeah, that's the best. That's how we make all of our decisions. Or flip a coin.
Oh, really?
Who are you going to invite? Who are you going to invite? Hey, let me look at the text message.
I think it's yeah, and there's take your jacket off. Take your jacket off. That's right.
It's 100% average snow with it's just it was like 50 something on days. It's like, yeah, so the stuff coming, that's something this week.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a good layer though to put onto that crust.
Choose where you want to pick it up. So we found a
Georgia and Amanda have watched movies on the bus, haven't you girls?
Oh, that's so cool.
They had a little projector and then they
They
have
closed the blinds and then
close a curtain.
then they would play a movie.
Where did you say?
They live in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just above Georgia.
Near.
So it's just 2 hours from where my parents live. What's the name?
Harrison.
Franklin.
Yes, Dad?
Franklin.
Interesting guy up there.
They work for like, he works for a farm, he's like a farmman.
But he said we have to stop at some point to kick a guy off the
Works
train.
for the nursery.
Well, I guess we're not kicking him off the train. But he got on the wrong train.
To like see the farm.
I guess we have to stop just to
And
let
then
him
he
get
sent
off.
videos to us, and we made him name it Uncle the Farm.
If you couldn't tell the reason why they were slowing down, it's because somebody had gotten on this train, and apparently that was the wrong train that he was supposed to take.
So now he's in this, like, the next
I guess he was trying to take the Zephyr?
He's like,
pretty great.
he's like, welcome to the next video.
It's a nice screw up though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that an abandoned switch? A derail? Oh, it's probably a derailer.
Is it just a little?
Yeah.
Eventually, after stopping and dropping off the passenger, we would continue to Winter Park.
Harrison. Hot chocolate.
Thanks.
One of the coffee cakes.
Thank you, bro.
The cherry and white.
What's your favorite movie? Moana 2.
Yeah, it came out on that's when Amelia did 50. I can, you know that stuff I was showing you? I got that.
Never ever let it cool. You've been cooking in the pot, then you got hot chocolate. Yeah, big fan of Polar Express, even if it's not the Christmas season. That over there is a branch line of the BNSF that goes to Golden. It was originally built by the Colorado Central before coming under ownership of the Colorado and Southern, and later the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy. Hence the reason why CB&Q 5629 is at the Colorado Railroad Museum. At one point, you could have taken that branch line all the way to Silver Plume, Colorado, but a lot of the line has since been torn up. I think it's at the bottom of the slope, so at the base.
She has a little sister.
From the last time I went there. Actually, it was the time before.
It's in the
If any of this area looks a little bit familiar to some of you, it's because this route is actually the route where the 1973 movie Runaway was filmed at. Over here is the area where they filmed the location of the Arvada curve, where it was thought that the Runaway ski train would derail at that curve. It would ultimately not derail at that curve in the movie. And while it is true that this scene is completely unrecognizable today, you can at least tell that there's still that huge mound next to the tracks.
Oh, what you're saying.
Okay, watch out, babe.
So what do I say?
My jacket is a person. Or like,
We finish each other's sandwiches. Blank is Georgia's favorite restaurant. Yeah.
Or I'm gonna think of the hard one.
School blank. School.
While we're climbing the grade, here's a brief history lesson about the Winter Park Express and its predecessor. Yes, I made a whole 30-minute long video of it, but here's the short and sweet version. Train line built. Train line also go to winter and ski places, but for years no dedicated train. Then after World War II, Guy asked for a dedicated train to winter and ski places to be created. Dedicated train to winter and ski places created. Train lasts for 70 years before Great Recession kills dedicated train. Then dedicated train is revived by Amtrak, who continues running dedicated train in partnership with the state of Colorado. There, if you want to know the long version, it's in this video right here.
I like
The
2 shovels per load.
They didn't even finish that trail.
I know that's fine. I know that's fine.
What was the song?
No, it's like I like to eat apples every day. So trying to it.
Yes, that's your. You can't sell it.
I knew you were looking at that.
Huh? 2%. It's gonna be 2% all the way. Because when this line was being built, 2% was the max grade that steam locomotives could handle. There were steeper grades that steam locomotives climbed, but for the most part, 2% was the best thing that you could give. Was the best thing that you could build, so it'd be easier for steam locomotives.
Do you smell that up dog?
Yeah.
Do you smell it up dog? It smells like up dog.
Yes! What's up, dog?
I got it.
Hey, come on, how are you?
Oh!
I got it.
You saw that dog?
What up, dog?
Can I get a cheese or World Back? That's the first song. Hey, but we wanted to sound.
That's what it says. You don't want to stand on the
Hey!
Oh wait, I think it's already online. Go check the new dad.
We don't do things the same every time.
Oh my god, put some headphones on.
Yeah? my favorite subject in school was.
Science, math, reading. I was gonna say the blue Oh wait, no. Will you remember Odyssey, computer, you remember money? You remember Odyssey, typing or yeah. Maybe here after you get it.
Oh, yeah.
What?
I'm gonna place this. We'll do it fast. See you there. We'll do it fast.
And I can't talk. No, this. I'm giving you. Oh, wait. Okay. So you have to do it. Hurry.
Where'd that mic do? Amelia,
Exactly.
Amelia, look what I found.
I just found the guy found police officer.
You're under arrest.
I'm gonna do it again. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Do you want again?
Running, racing, sprinting. Ballet.
We are now in what's commonly known as the Tunnel District. Because of the 2% grade needed for the route, the Denver, Northwestern, and Pacific Railroad bored and blasted several short tunnels through the Flatirons and the mountains. Hence the reason why this area is called the Tunnel District.
Chicken got loose. See? And look out there. That's not my side. Moving.
Sorry.
That's not how we talk to each other,
It's better than it was
Because you're running at 11,000 feet.
Probably won't be that much snow on the other side of the tunnel. You're in the Moffat Tunnel for 11 minutes. Right when you come out of the right. Do you make it last? There's an area this section for the next shot.
The guy said that they got 11 inches in their car classes. Instead of keeping like salt and ice de-icer and shoveling I don't know what
This area right here will be our last view of the Great Plains until we head back down from Winter Park.
So there's Dam for Christmas.
Behind those trees is the Gross Dam and the Gross Reservoir. The Dam and Reservoir supplies the majority of the water to Denver area residents. As of the making of this video, there is an expansion project to raise the height of the dam to accommodate more residents and capture more water in cases of rainy seasons having higher than average rainfall. But as of now, a judge has blocked the expansion's construction, and construction has been halted. I could talk about the issues regarding the dam's expansion, but we'd likely be here all day if I were to talk about it in full.
And if you go all the way back, there's a waterfall you can hike to. Like you park your board and then hike up to this Because like basically below us, instead of seats, it's just full of
Well, I think it's because I have my mind on my so like you can automatically like in there and my friend is try to help your phone connect.
yeah.
Yeah, so you have it all. So like black
You're not very good at this. You keep falling off your pole.
Hey, Dad.
You can't get back on it either.
Eventually, I was able to find an empty spot on the right side of the observation car, and therefore I could get some better views of the scenery.
The green line for the downstairs line.
Yeah.
There's one guy working, you know, he's just churning out coffees and things. Your liability that's called negligence.
I think we put the wrong card. It's fine. It'll definitely work. I'm not.
Back over here.
Oh, there are a lot of moves that went Skiway, It'd be cool seeing this on the train.
The distance of the train between us.
Fresh out of the water. Fresh out of the water.
I'm just kind of enjoying the view.
We have now made it to Pinecliffe, and over there is State Highway 72, also known as Coal Creek Canyon Road. It goes through some of the parts of Coal Creek, but for the most part is separate from the rail line most of the way.
To put my leg up to like stretch my quads in class, and I hit my foot off of it so hard it stubbed my finger, and then it just like snapped. It was really silly, but it was really painful. And then I was like, I'm gonna gasping.
Close your eyes for a little bit.
We actually went here once to Netherlands in the summer. It's like an old mining town. We went to like a concert here. Like I was really with Josh.
Oh, it starts up here already? Oh my god. Yeah. It's funny because this is not, I didn't hear they retrofitted this to have tables, because I think they used to have the big comfy chairs that were facing windows.
Alright folks, Dr. Chris checking in. 8:30 local time, gonna shoot for right around 9 o'clock for that purple identifier. Recognize what seat number you are. If you want to leave any small items at that seat, you can. Nothing of value, of course. And then when we pick you up tonight, you'll board in that same car and go to that seat number. It can be confusing, folks. We understand that. So take the time to identify what animal you're in. When we arrive at the ski resort, we're going to go to the Moffat Tunnel. It takes 10 minutes to get to the tunnel. Once we exit the tunnel, we will literally stop the train at the exit of the tunnel, open the doors, drop the ramp, and you can the train at that time, picking up your ski equipment on the way out. We do have a lot of ski equipment, folks, so please be courteous. Keep those doors areas clear while we're pulling the skis out so we can have room to work with. We get your skis a little bit faster. It does take about 15 minutes to get your skis, so just be flexible. Okay, coming up here shortly, the Moffat Tunnel. Here we go.
There
Okay, here we go. There they are on the left side, the Yak family.
Man, that's so cool.
My sister's gonna be so jealous.
We lost Kurt.
Are you doing 50?
You remember all that?
I know it looks really cool to play. Just saying.
Okay, folks, about 5 minutes from the Moffat Tunnel, a little over 15, for the first stop at the ski resort. Take the time necessary to prepare for the arrival. We want to be suited and booted for the ski resort. Now it's time to get ready. Once we exit the tunnel, we'll be right at the foot of the mountain. We'll stop the train, open the doors, drop the ramps, you can detrain.
If you couldn't tell, we were about to reach the Moffat Tunnel. Because the Moffat Tunnel is 6.2 miles long, the conductors have to tell the passengers to stay in whatever coach they are in, or reach a coach that they want to be in during the duration of being in the tunnel, as if fumes from the locomotives were to enter the coaches, then it would be toxic for a lot of the passengers, and that is not good. I mentioned this before, but I will still mention it again. The Moffat Tunnel was built between 1923 and 1927 and officially opened for revenue service in 1928. Prior to the construction of the Moffat Tunnel, a nightmarishly expensive to both maintain and operate line that went up over and over the mountains via Rollins Pass was the main route to go across the mountains. However, with the opening of the Moffat Tunnel, that line would ultimately be cut, and it is now a trail. Unfortunately for the Denver and Salt Lake Railroad, and previously the Denver Northwestern and Pacific Railroad, because of the Rollins Pass line, their money would be sapped constantly, and they would not make it to Salt Lake City as David Moffat intended. However, with the opening of the Dot Cerro cutoff in 1934, Denver would ultimately get its rail line that went directly west to Salt Lake City and points west.
Access to the train until tonight. In a perfect world, we'll be back between 4:15 and 4:20. For whatever reason, if we are late, I will communicate with the volunteers or the resort and you will know, okay? But today it should be 4:20 back at the resort. Please, at the gates. Everybody's getting suited and booted. Good? You happy? You ready to go? Yeah. Awesome. It snowed pretty good yesterday up here. I'm pretty sure it's snowing again when we get there.
Cool. Ready to go again? Awesome. Glad you are. I'm not. Let's get suited and booted. Have a good day.
But it is supposed to be windy.
Like Julie Winter appointment?
Really? Yeah. That's cool. 6 months out.
Yeah, I booked in November for May. And they come in all sorts of different colors. And we just need to stack my design. So you'll see some like just sleeves, just hood, just body. And this is
Yeah, I look back in November, the calendar said it's not an error. We're really looking at 6 months out.
But for that, yeah, it's really only about 2 pieces per person. Can you put that back in? Yeah, they're super sweet. And they breathe really well. And they're super warm, so it's just awesome. I have a really warm one.
Carly, any questions? You guys good?
We're about to enter the Moffat Tunnel. While in the Moffat Tunnel, I and many other passengers will put on our ski equipment and be ready to head out of the train with our ski stuff on. And about 10 minutes later, we're about to exit the Moffat Tunnel and head out at Winter Park.
Because we're here.
Millie, stand up, I'll take your picture. Millie, stand up.
We are now at Winter Park, and after we get off the Winter Park Express, the train will travel to Fraser to let off the rest of its passengers before turning back around in the evening. For now, we would take the entire day to ski and snowboard for my brother.
What? I think it's going to go in and out of sun.
After a day of skiing and after getting my legs super sore after this one run where Damon took a bad turn, for real, I felt the pain from that run for a couple of days. I think it even lasted until we headed to Portland. We would be back on the Winter Park Express and about to head back to Denver.
How long have you been volunteering on this train?
It's my second year volunteering.
Other than that, folks, welcome back. It is a crowded train, so please be courteous to your fellow travelers and crew members. We're in the journey together. Welcome aboard. Here we go.
Cool.
Better.
So why are we backing up?
So they still have to finish ventilating the tunnel, so we have to go back past the signal, re-trip the signal, and then we can go forwards again.
Okay.
No, that is a part of the reason why there's so much time is there's no fans. So they have to give a time, so there's a minimum time between trains. And since there's no forced air, it takes a lot longer.
But I thought that the Moffat Tunnel had some kind of ventilation system like the Cascade Tunnel.
Nothing. There's no forced air movement.
So what would happen if they didn't? Just like wait or do whatever?
In theory, if the train can stall out if the air is too stale. It can stop the combustion of the engine.
Cool.
That's why there's specific locomotives for really long tunnels instead of having a high hood, so the air intake comes from the top. It comes in from lower on the locomotive, so it doesn't pull in as much contaminated air into the engine.
I guess that's one of the reasons why the tunnel motors came into existence.
Mm-hmm.
We would reverse into a spot west of Winter Park so that the Moffat Tunnel would be cleared of diesel fumes, albeit naturally since it doesn't have a ventilation fan like the Cascade Tunnel.
If they weren't that injured, say they could have gotten a ride.
Soon enough, though, we'd start heading eastbound. Next stop, Denver.
I could have sworn I saw a video of.
Actually, on top of the ski patrol hall. Yeah, the main helicopters on top of the ship. Yeah, as you pass this, on top of the where it says Denver Clinic, on the roof of it. On the roof there's a helicopter.
Dan, do a helicopter?
No, he went.
Yeah, but
Which one you wanna go to? You wanna stay here or you wanna go to the observation?
I'll go to the observation car.
Though after we go through the tunnel. Since I think it's a bit too late to go into the observation car right now. Also, I think I still had one of my ski boots on while we were about to head into the Moffat Tunnel, so... And once again, it would be another 10 minutes before we'd head out at the eastern portal.
Wait, I'm dying. No.
They're like, whoa, it's really like you're stacking
But like, it's like in a real world scenario, you want to have not just like your back, your obliques, everything where you can jump in. You can actually.
And then only 4 people being able to fly on. She was in the semi top 10.
I mean, I think there's I think the weighted lunges count more with snowboarding and skiing.
And my mom was like, what's going on? I was like, I don't know if I can
This is Tolland. Before the Moffat Tunnel was built, it used to be a helper base for trains going over Rollins Pass. After the tunnel was built, that helper base was abandoned, but now there is a 9,000-foot siding that allows trains to pass by.
Okay, the reason you skip, it wobbles like that, and if you're skipping, exactly, when you land and it's turning, you just continue moving forward. Thank you. I learned it. I've been doing it for the last like 3 times I've been on the train. People look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, yeah, you're walking. I'm not. I may be drunk, but you're the one that can't stand up straight.
If you spend a week on the boat, you come off the boat with your ability for sure. And then we just want to make sure your ticket's scanned. Sometimes when you have connecting tickets and one of your tickets is not scanned, it'll delete another one. If that doesn't motivate you, you will not be on the train next week.
Eventually, I would head into the observation car, but not before taking a photo of the animal that marked our car, which was a fox. Please do not go after me for not knowing exactly what kind of fox that is, because I am not a zoologist.
We don't want to kick nobody off, folks, but hey, we do got kids. It is a family train, so if you have adult beverages, keep it classy with those drinks. Speaking of adult beverages, there's a special drink special going on down in the cafe lounge. If you like, what do you got, Stacy? Bloody Marys. It's got the famous Moffat Tunnel Bloody Marys. They last 6.2 miles long. If your ticket wasn't scanned, come downstairs, please. The viewing card, thank you. Alright, take a look on the right. We got the Yak family coming up here in the next few minutes. Then we're going to come in with Moose Country. Sorry, this is all I got to work with, guys. Normally I travel through the whole Rocky Mountains. We see bears. Antonio, conductor Antonio, saved a mother raccoon last week. He hopped to give birth to 5 baby raccoons.
Say more. That's better.
Alright, if you're interested, take a look on the right-hand side direction of travel. Looks like the Yak family's out there.
Oh, some yaks, dude? Couple of local yaks.
There they are.
We are now at Rollinsville. During the days of the Denver Northwestern and Pacific in Denver and Salt Lake, there was a yard here. However, since then, that yard has been abandoned and torn up, and these days the trains just pass through. However, there are proposals for Mountain Rail to have a stop in Rollinsville, likely to also have a cable car that goes to the Eldora Ski Resort. Only time will tell if that ever happens, though.
Way too much spelling going on.
As long as all the letters are there. Yeah. I've got it. I'm picking up what you're doing.
The one that you have to hide. That's awesome.
No, he hasn't. I said.
I did a semester abroad.
I told everyone I'm sorry. Staggering.
I just take my friends on well, I'll try to try. But when I actually my dad is like it's like that when I work for the rest of the magic I'm definitely gonna go to it's like even if we didn't decide like just such a fun but then you would never be able to go
without it.
No, I don't think like if you don't go to one, like go to adult night, yeah. I went with
Just stay away from that.
it's fine. You actually have to go down wait, Tommy got soft
that would be
I was not invited.
It was like, they let me invite like X amount of times where there's a part of it, and like afterwards,
you went up
and then they gave me like chance to
and then I was in for the night. However, I did.
remember like the piano table? We were trying to like liquor and water bottles and then we realized there were bars.
But I love the flavor. But I love the when I tell her though, like I love the flavor so much, and I'm like, like it still goes to it. Making everything sound like just for the fun. I really try to
For the blood. I feel like I don't know where we are.
Spicy for its most of the time, it's just like it's not like so spicy. Oh yeah.
Well, I got home from that Berkley today, and I literally get in the car and Sean goes, your mouth is. I heard that. I was like, yeah.
No, you're
I like tried guys.
Okay.
Thank you, Bill. I came down there to some of my body and they were checking out, but at the same time, if I don't have dry skin, I go watch it. I really made me feel good, and I am really big. But I'm like, in the morning, my forward, like, scrubbing. Oh, I don't know. Is that really good? Yeah. I obviously yeah. I'll send you the one that I have. It's kind of nice, like,
and then we received a call about it.
it's literally like a different exfoliator for your face.
Lake City today, there's a restaurant.
Or the Greeks.
What a man's man. You mean like amazing. Sorry. I'll show So it's not a great photo. I just got a hold of it and
Ladies and gentlemen across the table. Will.
5:18 is the local time. That's from South Boulder Creek here on the left. Now, percentage-wise, I bet you at least 50, if not 70% of the passengers on this train are from the Colorado area. But we do get folks from around the country and the world.
You might tell we're on the side. I almost lost some of your
I'll tell you a thing about trimmers.
Can I get a choo-choo?
Choo-choo!
Choo-choo!
Sucks that the trains that go chugga 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 choo choo are either in museums or scrapped at this point.
Folks, just a quick housekeeping announcement. I know there's a lot of rules and we only go over the most common stuff, but this is a big one. Shoes. Please wear shoes at all times walking throughout the train, not just for hygiene, but safety. A lot of moving parts. We have 400 passengers. When you walk from car to car, please look down and be cautious. You're going to notice the cars shift in height. And we don't want you to get your toe stuck. If you get your toe stuck, we got to call the tow truck.
No one answered me on their reservation.
Monday is St. Patrick's Day. If anybody's coming on Monday, me and Conductor Antonio will be here. Conductor Antonio said if anybody dresses up for St. Patrick's Day, he'll have a junior conductor souvenir for you. So if you're coming on Monday, get all dressed up and see Conductor Antonio.
Lily, what kind of
Fucking banana brothers! At work? What are they talking about?
Oh no, I definitely not. What is it? There's a video of an acronym that this guy saw. I have it saved on my phone.
You just tell me now.
I don't remember the whole video, but it's just
not wrong
this
for a
one
guy to
dude
have
talking about banana.
Yeah, that's,
That they have a graph.
You got it?
This is out tomorrow. Sorry, bro.
I don't know!
Margo. Oh, Jesus.
We figured out over the past. Always.
Because Johnny's out.
You're not that old, are you?
I ordered like mommy or my brother, so yeah.
Never heard of her.
What I want to do is I'm going to try to have some really small guys. So I want to be able to do those and have
Oh my goodness.
So,
do you have those contests?
that'd be fun. Oh my gosh, I'll wear some like heels too, so it's like extra dramatic.
And I'll just be myself. I'll call in for an please. Yeah. And I will get your
Alright, for the passengers that are not from Colorado or Denver, take a look on the left here. That's our first look of the Denver area, the metropolitan area. The flat irons there. Some beautiful geology as we're coming through this next phase, if that sounds interesting.
I saw it. Never mind, I didn't want to be a part of it anyway. You like Winston so actually came in our office.
And then I took a great photo of Casey jumping off of the desk, swiping at
Capturing the back. I had a Batman.
Honestly, the best one is like all these the AI videos. And they're like, they like, watch like parents. They actually visited the other night, or something like that. They were probably great. I saw that, but I didn't actually notice that. I saw it, yeah. I thought it was AI thing. I saw it pop out. I don't think he would sure. When he was making YouTube videos, a picture of Rick, and she said, why? so high any of us right now. Wait, what? It was like everyone who sits around him less out now. Okay, so what kept happening was they contact us for videos using a picnic cage. After Kylie does it. No! And it was like, you gotta get Kylie to pay you. That's what Charlie said. And he was like, tell me about it. He went on to show us 8,000. However, I will say, everyone should like me right. I have generated almost 1,600.
Everything in the crypto.
I don't know. I've been trying to be like,
I love those things.
I think we would also make it
I don't know if they're still there.
It's like a pick your own adventure.
I think it would be a good rate.
I'm ready.
I think you could win.
You could freeze it. I think you could freeze it and rip the top off. Voice of summer.
We're using shavings $20.
And we gotta make the packets heatable so you can put in the microwave for 20 seconds and have hot
Okay, but they definitely can't be
Capri Sun pouches are not microwave.
That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna pack our own house. Yeah, we'll make a pocket.
Apparently, you drop up
You're doing a hot pocket
microwave.
Patent our own house.
You gotta put grapes in though.
I tried.
Oh, I like that milk.
Oh, it's actually allowed.
I like that milk.
Your nails match this too. Yes, yours.
You're welcome, Lou.
I like the milk pieces.
I know, they're so cute.
I want a little spot.
And it's experience, which I love.
I do my nails good, but like they're I know. I've never had the grass.
It was like always a slow process. After the first 2 days, it came like
Okay, take a look on the left, take a bottom of the Rocky Mountains. Left-hand side at 11 o'clock, that's the Flatirons. Colorado's carbon dated to be 2.5 billion years old, half the age of Earth itself, so a lot of history here in Colorado. California Zephyr travels all the way through the Rockies. Check out Amtrak.com for more details.
I've also recovered a few.
Susan, there's our trail.
Which one?
That 8-mile loop trail.
Oh yeah. I got this.
Oh, I like that.
There's some others I got.
Someone add these to the
Go back.
I like want to know and share all of them.
That one's got a lighting problem.
It already was, so I don't think you can.
That's not as good as yellow, but sure.
We are now seeing our first clear view of the plains, and we will get a more clearer shot of the plains once we reach plain view.
All the way from downtown Kansas. Oh! The plains of Colorado. Rocky Flats.
There's actually a place, we're actually going to be coming up to Plainview, and this is a view of the plains, so the name fits.
It's perfect. So when I came to college, Colorado Springs, it was my first time as an adult being in the U.S. And I got in the, and like, you know, there was like, oh, there's mountains, there's all these things, like, you're gonna love it. And I was on the inside of the plane, and this was my first time in the U.S. Beyond like being in Disney when I was 6. And I was on the inside, they're like, and we're about to land, and I was praise the Lord. When I got,
I feel like in the Springs too, it's like still warm. It's like so far to get to it's like what an entrance! What an entrance!
Very good shot of it.
Oh, and neither is it.
Okay, BRB.
Don't come back. Peter.
And then this one time, it's like right and the key's house, and I was just like, this later. Is he actually gonna put her like?
I think it's so cool that there's downtown.
And then two of them were like, I think under was like, she's like, not that. And they're like, this is so fun. I said, a decent box. They also have one that's like your ex like a half size. Like, it's like twice the size of that one. I followed her halfway into like the big eater. And it's so good. I actually checked the last note. She actually really pissed me off. Well, she had fast. I take those little ones. Yeah, it's different.
We are now at Plainview, and I think the reason that it has that name is pretty obvious from what you're seeing right now. And because of the tracks that are stacked up, I believe it may also be a bit of an area for maintenance too.
Venmo was the last drop.
So then I went
Truck! That was a peak. Whoa, we've reached the summit. Only down from here. Yeah, bitch.
Just to clarify, you were raw dogging that one. You're raw dog.
What's up with the box?
It's a juice box.
It's juice. What is it?
But do you want to buy into our new company? It's we're gonna do Saki.
As you all know, I have
Same. Saki in Capri Sun pouches called Saki Sun.
They're not listening.
Wait, pitch to him. Pitch it to
We're mutual fun guys.
I have remembered
You're in it till you 65 years.
Okay, so really convenient.
Yes.
But imagine if Capri Sun, but called Saki Sun.
And it's also
Imagine how quickly
but also it's freezing. It's microwavable. It's microwavable. Question. Shouldn't be not 50
You should. So many ideas.
We just had a revelation here with Congress and entrepreneurs. And she said, are we all associates? No,
it's better not to.
And then you put your head warmer, you shake it, it's hot.
We should all like that. Oh, that's how hand warmers work.
Right, same technology.
I just want your thing off of the name.
Blue Mountain Road. I call it Blue Mountain Mystery.
So,
I'm down. I hope Smart basically responded to you, but it doesn't actually matter because but there was a good reference to no, yes, you
I mean, it's basically go up or down.
It's like 7, 8 This was like 35. Going back to our sequence.
We were having a great chat.
Oh, well, sorry. Because Austin?
Well,
Austin's not from Texas.
Technically, I am.
Oh, you are?
Technically.
So many. I'm from Austin, Texas.
An hour.
All right.
That's an hour north of Boston.
Yes. I was Friday night and I was like,
let me know, like, I'm so glad you found us.
Peter. To be like, I wish I was
one guy.
I know, but you're gonna. I didn't even stay like unless you were running percentage of the exact house.
Wait, you've seen him?
That's why I'm going. Don't even know.
Haven't you been
to the last try?
I've never been to wow.
Either had I before
Go ahead.
My dad used to like.
You don't even know any artists.
Wait, you know her?
No, we know the artists. And they're like
ultra fashion jazz. I mean, I knew that. But I was so prestigious. I put on less so than Mel.
Casey's just like
That's a dodgeball. You can dodge a wrench. I'm like,
are you guys trying to go?
Take what she says for the great assault. We're going to learn about psoriasis. We're going to learn about concrete. There you go. Suburban America. Those are good songs.
Blue already have that. Bring the big black bag.
So my friend Kara, I think said how we started last year in Australia. Okay. The year before she was a good. I don't even remember her. She got her hair done today. She got her hair done today. She's not listening about it. I'm like, I'm sorry.
You have to drink it.
But honestly, like, really, you make over to the whole cat.
Like, she said, like, no, it's not like too fat. Nor the cat. She's like the smallest cat ever.
She was looking at herself and not really trying to get on them.
And then he's giving all this talk, and like the first 30 minutes is like we're all winning. And then he's just like, it's like happening. And we were like,
Did everyone react so well?
yeah, everybody was just like, at first, like, what is happening? And then, like, they got into it. Oh my god. For the plot.
I've been doing a lot of stuff.
It was gonna be not.
It's not about the height, it's about the art.
When I was in oh, he like every time I go,
like if you have X amount of points, or something, like get to go to the
I hate that because I'm like, don't encourage it.
Don't encourage it. Don't start.
Every time well, you know what? I started to like, wait, you know what was up, you know? So I don't know when you're playing. I said, I know.
Julie's in!
I'm excited for the start.
Find out. Find out. Yeah, exactly. And then now you got to double down.
Well, like, you can see her in the window and hear about the start. Yeah. I know. It has to be a right.
Even better. Nope, hold on.
Take a pop and play. Yeah, answer right now. 2, 1. Okay, take it out for like 5 seconds. Only 6 buddies.
Even the background is the sunset.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. My guy was like
I was like, oh, Casey, I was like, just drink the whole bag. And I'm glad you found it.
And you're still free.
And I don't think she'll also bring my credit card out, but I might take it. I drank it. More. No, it's okay. I actually also
I feel like at least that would be like your...
I can background. That was Medicaid. I'm good at that. No, I'm actually like on board. I just need to like write a house. What is that? I don't know. It's not. Spinner Spike. Oh, those are really good.
I like the game plan. How do you see this entire deal?
Oh, you had every day. I had every type of alcohol I could present today. I'm thinking like Bert. That is not important. I mean, wait, walk to Disney. Yeah. Still 5 points. Okay. Where that is actually like the actual what point is that? Sorry. I'm on the corner of the bus. You always pass when we were going to kickball.
Yeah, they just went competition. I always get a show. Yeah, but I love that bar. That tiki bar upstairs, I love the relationship between the upper but they don't have a single like totem or like fucking like a piece of 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah, there's
and their drinks are delicious.
People drink lager. When you're
I love that bar.
When I'm old,
she's got friends on the site.
It then moves into different spaces.
Alex just becomes data. It's like a living
and you just 25
Please help us out by disposing of any garbage you may have, any Scooby snacks, adult beverages. Once we make that stop, we'll give you an alcohol here. Come on out. You're the rest of the team on the way out. Coming in the dinner next time for just before 7.
Oh, did you bring these in the room? Okay. 34. Okay. I know. I only have
Okay, no, all of you guys. I know, you're like 30 and 35. I don't know.
But it feels like 12 like for
It's like easy what it is.
I buy them in a high school. So many
You guys are like on the same age. Yeah, I know. So I don't know. Everyone had a crisis No, I know, I'm so fun. Maybe I'm just 25, but I feel like it's fun to like come in and like off like other parts of the life. I'm so excited to be here. And I like to have more societal questions. So careful there. Joe, a good life, man. I'm okay about it.
Disability coordinator on Black River. Every city's got this underdeveloped where
Holy woo! That's a Burlington Northern locomotive! Yes. You don't see those green BN locomotives out on the rails much. Really? Yeah, Burlington Northern ceased existing what'll soon be 30 years ago. This, it ceased existing when the Burlington Northern and the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe merged together to create Burlington Northern Santa Fe, or BNSF, which is the railroad.
I never knew the.
I didn't realize what it's just like I've seen it, but I never knew what it stood for.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
That's so cool.
Is it still operating, or is it?
What, the locomotive, or?
Yeah.
I think that locomotive looks like it's still operating.
Is it keeping on the track?
Yeah.
Nice.
Apparently, sometimes when railroads merge, they get really slow to painting a lot of their locomotives into new paints.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I love this. I love that.
Yeah, but even then, like we got lucky. We own them. You got the money to buy it. Down here, there's a lot of Yes, I'm ready. I think the architect. Oh, it's such a place I mean, every city that's Berlin, Austin, Nashville, shitty architecture. We've got some good stuff here and there. You need to. You look at this.
We also went over to that
1970s oil money, like
but not 56.9.
almost 2.5 and like 1.
I made sure that I smoked that trash can. I made sure.
4 minutes, guys.
I want you to do a shroom. I want you to do a shroom.
You can just like.
To that.
Quicker square, yeah. So it's rally. I'm gonna get ready. It's great meeting y'all. Really excited. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be around here next year. Be safe, man. You too.
don't want to go visit the
Gotta have Martin. Appreciate it. What? Gotta have Martin. Your worst thing was Martin.
Oh, Martin.
He's a number.
And you're really good at
I think James is good.
Andy. There's sometimes I prefer to say
He's not good at it.
So
it's all the boxes, okay? You know? No, I mean, what is the...
Damn, the Zephyr beat us here?
Oh. You gotta get a good pick of that.
What is that? That is a big smokestack.
What part are you trying to get?
That is...
Huh?
What part are you trying to get, True?
I'm taking video.
Oh, okay.
Are you on locomotive or passenger?
Whole train.
Okay. That was the one next to us.
Oh, my brother at one point said that the train the Winter Park Express was here. Maybe he saw this train coming through.
Yeah, it was like
It was coming from
no, I plan on going on the Empire Builder in a few days, but I don't think the builder is longer. Around 7 p.m. local time, the Winter Park Express finally made it back to Denver Union Station, albeit with the California Zephyr somehow beating us before we even got here, which I thought was a bit unusual. But either way, we were home. And then I would get my skis and poles after getting off of the train, and we'd head for home. And also, for some reason, the Zephyr had left by the time I got my skis and poles. But anyways, thank you for watching, and until next time, have a good day.